Hello everyone, we are back with some more Asylum. If you remember last time we were running through, we were down the scary boiler area, and apparently we've been diagnosed with some schizophrenia and some fun stuff. So yeah, we're back. I still not 100% what's going on here, and I've been crashing out since we played this last time on this supposedly going to be done in 10 days. No, sorry. There is no way on God's green earth that this facility will be ready to be opened in 10 days. Sorry. Anyways, I don't really remember what we were doing. Oh yes, we were here. And what do we need to do? We're here. Oh, yes. I get it. That was the next time. Got it. Okay, I understand what's happening now. But yes, sorry. 2 seconds. Let's see where we... I don't think we need to go back down here. Do we? I don't think so. Oh wait, this is open now. This... I don't like this. Not even in the slightest. Why would I want to open any of these? Cells either locked or jammed. Most of the cells in this tunnel of damned seem to be abandoned, and the doors wouldn't open. Oh, thank goodness. Ooh, I don't like that. Tightly shut. Window was broken, and a thick veil of darkness hung over the cell. Probably abandoned. Yeah, we saw a flashback. Oh, he's back in here now. Sup? Sup? Okay. Metallic sound resonated throughout the menacing tunnel of damned, yet the door wouldn't open. Bruno's office felt just like any other cell. The difference being, of course, that he could leave whenever he pleased. Can I go in? Again? I've already been in here. I've been in here. Variety of paperbacks and old newspapers. We don't need to get into that again. Door seemed like it was about to fall apart with all that paperwork in it. Yeah, so we've already been in here. I don't think we need to come back in here. Oh. Bruno was nowhere to be seen. I needed access to more places, so I took his keys with me, and I wasn't proud of it. I'm proud of it. I'm good with it. Further thought, it was a relief that at least something in this place actually worked properly, and the cells were locked. Anyone can be bribed with a cookie, and there's always money in the banana stand. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Locked tight. Anybody there? Oh! The condition of these, sorry. Whoa, sorry. The condition of these patients were as bad. I didn't want to keep looking. Sorry, I was like... The cell wouldn't open. I don't want to open the cell. There's nobody back in here again. Okay, we don't need to go back there. So it looks like they locked the one person up that got out. Or maybe he went back to his cell or something. That guy's still banging his head against the wall. Same. Particular cell was quieter than the others. Should I open it? No. Okay. I'm not gonna open it. Locked, but I still wouldn't have made it through with so much junk in the way. Okay. Okay, wait. Okay, so tasks. Remember my past, find the therapy room, speak with Lenny. The weird vision that assaulted me, I could recognize Lenny. Surely more patience with us. Oh, yeah, okay. Okay. Bruno had better not see me holding this key ring. He had a bad temper. A small wire cutter. Wonderful tool. Okay. Find the therapy room. Look, sometimes you have to let patients beat it out of themselves. Leave them alone in a rusty, locked room where they can bang on. It's a fine medical thing. I don't think so. Okay, so we gotta find the therapy room. Okay. I feel as if you're wrong. I don't want to be that person, but it feels wrong. Probably shouldn't let patients hurt themselves, you know? Okay, just want to see. The music's not playing anymore. Frustratingly, this door wouldn't open. Shame. I could have used some fresh air. Okay. Just scratch. Exactly. So wait, her door isn't locked, but his door is, right? Nope. Okay, yeah. Okay. Nope, get down. Tiny cat, get down. Ugh. Nope. The keys were meant to open doors, lock doors. Yes. I couldn't use any key there. Okay. Don't look at me and tell me it's a Tuesday. What the heck?
Oh, one more thing, Julia.
People. Lenny.
Do you know Lenny?
It's funny you call him Lenny like you were friends. Yes, I know Leonard. He's been around in the Institute for a long time.
It seems like he's taking care of janitorial services.
Oh yes, I understand it's a kind of treatment of, positive reinforcement. That's it. Leonard is the... what's an appropriate word for this? The most normal of the patients we have readmitted so far?
Yes, he seems quite nice.
He does seem nice, you know? He seems pretty nice. You know, he was just cleaning. I just left him be, you know? Okay, don't think there's anything else. Okay.
I'm done for now.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else I need to talk to her about. Can't go back upstairs because she got grumpy about that. People are all a bunch of nuts. You sound like Dad. Doors seem to be latched from the other side. Oh, okay, so I have to go through this way. Pretty sure we like looked around here, right? Yeah, there was nothing we needed to like. Oh, was that a mug inside the speaker? Nice shot. Oh my god, okay. This woman can't be grumpy about anything. She lets in with no background check to run willy-nilly through the place unsupervised at night when we expressly said we wanted to snoop. You're right. You're not wrong. Was Lenny still chilling over here? Okay, so I went this way. What's this way? The door was firmly shut in place. Okay, so we'll go this way. What's this? Ooh, an observatory? Kind of wow. 10 days. 10 days. Can't. We'll crash out. A sad, naked plant, which might have been gorgeous and colorful once, decorated the center of the gallery. The perfect metaphor for the Hanwell Mental Institute. Psychologist. Chilling. I think I've seen... No, maybe not. Never mind. Yeah, it's great that this museum that this sanitarium literally has, you know, quality paintings in it. Hawthorne, psychiatrist. I don't recall if patients were allowed inside the gallery, but these sorts of paintings, I hoped not. Yeah, probably not. Anything special over here? Anything to look at? No. Okay. These are forgeries! Fraudulent art! No, I don't think so. Also, no, this is not 10 days worth of work. Wow. I don't recall where the store led, but it was jammed beyond hope. Ah, poo. It's a depressing piece of decoration. Yeah, right? Not with that attitude. Ooh. Ah, it's the landry. Clothes stained with the broadest variety of fluids you could imagine, with sources ranging from food to synthetic materials to body fluids, had paraded through these washing machines. Thanks. The stench of these clothes was quite unbearable, and I didn't think even a good wash would fix that. Well, I mean, with that attitude, yeah. Unsettling rumors. In later years, dissatisfied employees at Hamel Mental Institute began to circulate wild stories about mistreatment on the part of the executive staff. At the time, authorities ascribed the rumors to the general atmosphere of discontent at the institute, as it was a matter of public knowledge by then that the erstwhile international prestige of the establishment had faded, its glory days long gone. The building was in an appalling state, shocker, of disarray, displaying an evident lack of direction and maintenance. The situation became more serious when family members of patients began reporting an alarming number of injuries to the bodies of their loved ones. These ranged from severe bruises to burn marks, and in the more extreme cases, fractures. Initially, the injuries were thought to be a result from unfortunate accidents related to the known issues besetting the mental hospital, including underfunding, understaffing, and growing workplace animosity. Eventually, however, burgeoning pressure from the public eye and human rights organizations prompted authorities to initiate a series of investigations into the establishment for the insane. Interviews with the institute staff ensured. Testimonies from low-ranking workers and nurses included descriptions of anguish shrieks echoing throughout the hallways, their precise sources difficult to locate. In one of the most sinister accounts, an anonymous report suggested the screaming was coming from underground. Other stories mentioned the disappearance of a certain number of patients, a phenomenon that often happened during the night. But the most chilling rumor of them all was that the patients were being deliberately subjected to various forms of torture. When questioned about these scandalous allegations, Dr. Ellis Hawthorne dismissed them as gossip of employees not fit for their jobs. He argued on record that the distressing screams originated from the high-risk section, in which dangerous patients with a history of violence would regularly experience psychotic fits. As for patients disappearing from their cells, he stated that it was common for them to get lost in the monumental building, with hours sometimes passing by before they were found. Yet another reason to upgrade to the unit system. The unit system layout was the top priority of administration, Hawthorne added. During this period of upheaval, Dr. Hannibal himself opted for perplexing silence, never publicly commenting on the situation. With circumstances spiraling out of control, authorities continued to closely follow the events transpiring at Hanwell Mental Institute. 10 days. Sorry. Wouldn't this place be a real groovy place for the Scoopy and the Mystery Gang to hang out? Yeah, probably. It'd be pretty dope, honestly. Ooh. The majestic yard in which so many patients commuted and healed together was now in a sorry state, barely serving as a mere shortcut across the building. Ooh, it's pretty. I mean, you know, for what it is. It's haunting. Okay. The shed appeared to be locked. Okay. Well. Poop, I guess. A once beautiful feature of the yard, the fountain was now filthy and in shambles. 10 days. Remember, it's only going to take 10 days. The discarded appliance gave me weird vibes. It almost as if someone had intentionally placed it in that spot as a means of twisted decoration. The bush looked like everything else in this vicinity, dead and rotten. Okay. An incredible view back then from these benches. Okay. I remembered spending some time sitting here. It was a nice spot. Aww. Anything else? Is this literally it? Okay. It's rude to talk about someone's bush like that, sir. Not everyone likes the landscape. Oh my god. So during my nap, I dreamt my friends and I were hanging out in an empty warehouse during a thunderstorm at night, making a big pot of soup with no bowls. Make sense of that, Doctor! Oh, you're right. The worn out tool fell apart when I used it for the second time. Oh, shocking. Okay, well, we opened that up. Thank goodness I did it for the construction crew, who would have had to, I could still remember the soothing sound of the water flowing, and part of me wished to see that fountain working again. You know, a good thing that, you know, I opened it for the construction crew that would have had to figure it out. The stone benches were still in good condition. It was just a view from their vantage point that was horrid. Anything up here? No. I trusted they would restore it soon, as it had a mesmerizing effect on the patients. Yet now, it only contributed to the creepy atmosphere. Okay. I had to go through the laundry. Interesting. Oh, I thought that was legs for a second. The state of this abandonment of the bathroom was evident when looking at its facilities. Oh. Am I supposed to do something here? Okay. Sure. Look, it's a magic construction crew made up of colorful gnomes. How else is to get the building renovated in 10 days? You know what? You might not be wrong. The food cart must have made long trips down the halls of the Institute back in the day. Where'd Lenny go? Right to sleep. I finally found myself inside the therapy room. The whole place was in a state of disarray, as if everyone had left in a hurry. Maybe they did. Is there a light switch? No? Okay. Ooh. Record of patient's development. Alertness, attention, attitude, expressivity, interest in topics, judgment, knowledge, memory, sense of humor, and comprehension. EF. Notes. Patient in Group F show a marked improvement in their mood and awareness, as well as willingness to communicate and interact with their peers. The inexplicable regression in Group E continues to puzzle me. I'll discuss their individual issues separately. Lenny used to be kind of a leader figure, very communicative, someone the rest of the group looked up to, but he's been more withdrawn recently, lost in what seems to be dark thoughts he refuses to share. In the case of Hodgson, I would guarantee a smooth session provided nobody brought up anything related to the nature of his trauma, but he's growing increasingly tense and neurotic. Crawford has always been troublesome, but he seems more on edge than usual and even more of a problem these days. Rebecca should have been allowed an abortion. LaRoche, beginning to believe he's a lost cause. Damn. Seem like the sort of therapy companions you find in a therapy room. I mean, this is a therapy room, yes. That's another door. Anything here? Hi, Nos. How are you? What's the powers that be think a full renovation is fixing the plumbing in one bathroom and rearranging some office furniture? I know, right? Patient records of no importance. Well, I mean, might be important to you. There's a button there.
Since the renovation of the Institute began, more patients have become agitated and difficult to manage, as if it was the architecture of their own bodies being reconfigured. The construction work has disturbed their existence in a way I couldn't predict. Some are even presenting with odd injuries, which none of the nurses can explain. Are the patients harming themselves? Is this building so firmly interrelated with their identities that changes in its structure will impact their states of mind by means of a kinesthetic regression? They rationalize structural changings in the surrounding geometry by imprinting them in their own flesh. Hodgson's is the worst example. Where are those burn marks coming from? I made inquiries and nobody saw him get burned. Perhaps he was allowed to assist in the kitchen and he refuses to discuss the burnings. And knowing how much the subject terrifies him, I did not press him further. But the scars are disturbing other patients in Group E. They believe his scorched skin is some kind of heavenly punishment or stigmata. And they're all going to suffer the same fate. This is ridiculous and degrading. They were my best group, my most remarkable achievement. Yet no one gives a damn. I swallowed my pride and consulted directly with Alice. But the pompous asshole suggested it was my inexperience at fault, my responsibility to ensure the safety of patients. So what the hell are you supposed to do then? Instead of hiding in your office, do something about your staff. And when the moron isn't jerking off at his desk, he supervises the construction work. Why is a psychiatrist so deeply involved with the conversion to the unit system? None of this makes sense. I hate myself for losing my mind. Every therapy session is now a burden. I need to reconnect with the patients. They must tell me more. Lenny is still more forthcoming than the rest, but he won't say a word about the bruises. And Hodgson's, how did you burn yourself like that? If not the kitchen, the only other place. No. Impossible. They're not allowed down there.
We did see them like being used as labor to like dig, so maybe? In my sudden vision, I was part of a group of patients in the therapy room. A female doctor seemed to care about the session. Not us, but merely the outcome of the session. I wanted to see if there's a different... Memories were trying to surface, but my mind insisted on blocking them. Okay. Bertrand LaRoche. Age 35, condition moderate, block mail wing, first floor, cell 10, 102A, therapy group E. Profile. Bertrand LaRoche is a curious case. He's a shy, docile patient with a mind seemingly trapped in the innermost recondite thoughts. Coming from a family of French immigrants and having experienced a troubled childhood afflicting war, LaRoche has always had his issues making friends, no doubt in part thanks to his monotone, outlandish manner of speech. His verbal expression often devolves into unintelligible murmurs during otherwise plain and straightforward conversations. The current diagnosis is that he's assumed to be schizophrenic behavior. That being said, once someone earns his trust, LaRoche can become a capable and pleasant conversationalist. Yet recently, the patient seems less keen on communicating, often spending an unusual amount of time simply staring out of the windows in the game room. Specialists feel he will succumb to a reversible state of catatonia. Interesting. The metal case was empty. There seemed to be a missing reel. Okay. Projector wouldn't work without a reel in it. Okay. Got no reels. Anything down here? Hopefully I picked the right one. Okay.
Bertrand, are you feeling all right? Talk to me. Don't make me lose my patience. I don't have all day.
Leave me alone.
I understand you must feel angry, but we're doing this for your well-being.
You are lying. It hurts. I can't sleep. There are dark things in my dreams.
Just calm down. Take a deep breath and relax. We'll explain it to you, but you have to trust me.
I don't know. I am so tired. I can't think anymore.
What about your fear? Think about your last session. Do you remember now?
There's only darkness, and it moves there. It's been waiting, and now it knows we're here.
Dang. Okay, what about this one? I had to make sure there wasn't another reel in place before inserting a new one. Okay. Can I take this out? How do I take it out? How do I...
Bertrand,
no.
are you feeling
Can I skip
all
this? Okay. Yeah, are these reels for real? Exactly. How do I take this out? That's focusing. The metal... Oh, maybe I... There we go. Okay. Yeah, they were using the patients for labor in one of the flashbacks, but I don't know... Okay, let's take this one. I don't know if they're in any order or anything. Why are these always propped up with books? I swear. In real life, too.
You are not in good shape, Bertrand. You know it will only get worse. You must talk.
I hate you. I hate this place.
That's fair.
You're all bad with me and my friends.
Dang.
You'll come to understand, Bertrand, eventually. But we must deal with this. You have a chance to end it right here, right now.
I don't believe you. You have been lying to me all this time.
That's not true. And if you tell me what you saw, it will all be over. It's that simple.
I can't remember. It's too fuzzy and dark.
Come on, Bertrand. Try harder.
No. I'm scared.
Come on. Tell me what you saw.
No. It will come for me. It knows. It knows.
Calm down or I'll have to call the guards.
It's inside me.
Oh, dang.
What is inside you?
Get him. kind of on the side of the patient this time. You know? You know? Each person has a point. You know? This place was not, yeah, exactly. In the flashback, it didn't even look like it was up to code. You know? Like, this whole place. You know what? Good for them. Exactly.
Are you feeling better today?
More or less, I think.
Are you getting along better with work?
No. I don't like the tunnels. It's suffocating in there.
I'm sure you'll get accustomed in time.
No, it's not fair. I shouldn't be doing this.
What makes you say that?
Because it doesn't feel right. Being there. I don't think that is what I was brought here for.
But you are helping. You should feel proud of yourself. Are you in doubt because of something else? Are you scared, for instance?
Yes, I am. I don't want to go into the dark place again. They said it was going to be all right, but I could feel the monster coming for me.
Monster? What monster?
I don't like that. I don't like how it just stopped like that. No, thank you. Okay, last tape.
How are you feeling today?
Tired. I want to sleep.
I'm sorry to hear that. How was your day?
It was fine, I guess. We played some games in the afternoon. They are always the same, but I still like them. But the others aren't so happy.
It's understandable. We'll try to get you some new games. Has anything of importance occurred to you lately?
A new woman arrived today with a big belly. She is pretty. I like her. But she was hysterical and punched Nurse Marion on the face.
I know, and we're dealing with that. But I was referring if anything has happened to you lately.
I don't know. I am so tired.
Why are you
Oh.
tired? Tell me. We're here to help.
He's got the
being down
cough.
there, working with all the dust and the bugs.
Exactly.
It's too hard. I'm too tired. I can't stand them anymore.
What is this that you can't stand anymore?
The voices. They are everywhere. And they whisper inside your head. They are evil.
Well, I don't think he's got the coronavirus, because that was not, you know, a thing. But he does have something. He's probably down there breathing all that yuck. And, definitely not good for him. Okay. "10 days." I refuse. A hint of faint moonlight dared to find its way inside this abandoned room. Okay. I can't, dude. I'm never gonna let that go for as long as I play this game. The fence that came loose from the window, which I trusted would be fixed for the reopening. Yeah, let's hope. Oh, okay. So, we went there. Should we go to the second floor? Huh. Well, save really quick. let's just see. I don't think we can. I think it's blocked. Oh, maybe it's not. Mais oui. What's the third floor? Spooky. Cleaning rounds. Aw, it's Lenny! Okay, so it's 11 p.m., so he did the corridors. He's on the second floor now, doing the corridors. Okay. Okay, so this is the second floor. So there's a museum, a director, a morgue on the second floor? Laboratory. On the second floor, there's a morgue. That seems counterproductive. Operating room. Well, why would you put the morgue on the second floor, dude? You gotta carry bodies. You know what I mean? The solarium used to be a clean and peaceful spot to relax amid sunbeams, quite the opposite of its present and sorry condition. I felt a brief sense of melancholy. A large hole in the roof didn't precisely convey a sense of security. Carry bodies. Ma'am, that's not how it works. I mean, put bodies on stretchers and definitely not carry bodies to the trunk or to a place of which thing. I know how things work. Insect repellent. Oh, above a baby thing. That's a baby thing, right? It's a little crib, right? Is that a crib? I can't tell. It's too dark. Solarium is in shambles with debris, I like to call it, and assorted garbage scattered around. The window was shattered, allowing a cold breeze to chill the room. Oh. The renowned wait, hold on. Record of patients housed in local hospital. The Shore Gazette. This was in... crap, I don't see a date. Okay, whatever. Okay. The renowned surgeon who keeps receiving calmness from his peers, Dr. Walter Hanwell, director and founder of the mental hospital named after him, was made public the number of patients housed by his institute. At 272 patients and 54 staff members, the establishment has positioned itself as one of the most highly populated mental institutions in the world. It has become the pride of our region. It's become the pride of our region. Dr. Hanwell recognized the importance of the Kirkbride design and the architecture system in serving to house large numbers of patients in a healthy and comfortable environment. However, reputable psychiatrists disagree on this and warn about the dangers of an overcrowded building, including managerial problems and ethical dilemmas. According to the Kirkbride plan, the hospital for the insane should not exceed the maximum of 250 patients, contrary to Dr. Hanwell's claims. We acknowledge the mandate of the Kirkbride plan, and talented staff is keeping our patients under tight control, said Director Hanwell. Our methods are efficient, and my experience in the field has allowed us to improve upon Kirkbride's August design. Oh. The stove didn't work. That's a stove? Oh, maybe it means... Anyway, all in all, it was a pretty lousy decade. Been there, Dan that. Oh yeah, I didn't even see it. Hold on. Been there, Dan that. Another aspect remains almost completely in the dark is... Anyway, all in all, it was a pretty lousy decade. I'm not talking about the economics ordeal or the politics, but the entertainment media itself. Oh my god, I love that. Yeah, I think it means heater too. Another dirty and broken window. What a sad state for this once beautiful solarium. All things considered, the intruding find had brought a little life into this room. Oh, yeah. None of the windows here seem to have survived a long period of neglect. Yeah, that looks like a little... Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe it's just like a, you know, those magazine racks? Maybe that's what it is. It's a magazine rack. I've seen plenty of depressing environments in the Institute by then, but the chilling morgue was a whole different level of decrepitude and decay. I had no idea what these papers could mean. Well, you're not a doctor. The jar contained repulsive liquid. Well, that's kind of rude. Shards of broken glass protruded from the broken cabinet, suggesting it was best to steer clear. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. The handle wouldn't turn. That's a brain! Some organ, bizarrely still fresh, was in the tray. Some boxes and hammers? I shivered in disgust while pondering what they may have been used for. Yeah, Gorilla Glue and duct tape. Just a regular dirty rag with some blood stains on it. Sorry. Yeah, totally chill. So the reason that so many morgues are in lower floors and basements in a cooler environment, we want to keep everything associated with deaths away from the patients. Oh, yeah. 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 And I'm sure there's a structural reason too. Yeah, exactly. A strange contraption occupied a large part of the door. I didn't want to know about its purpose. Is that the thing where you, like, get the head size? No, that's not that. That's something... A strange... Okay, whatever. Random junk was scattered inside the store. It's not really random junk, it's just lids. But okay. There was nothing in here, only a layer of malodorous dirt. Someone got a dictionary, or not a dictionary, a thesaurus for Christmas. There was a few frightening tools inside this drawer. Yeah. Yeah. Why do I hear water running? Why is there a brain? It's a brain! It was difficult to discern what was on the scale. A brain? Why would anybody leave this here? Because this place is terrible. Handle wouldn't turn. Okay. I could make out some organic material submerged in the transparent liquid formaldehyde, perhaps? An old and worn out microscope. Several glass flasks of different sizes, yet all empty. Can I take the microscope? Okay, whatever. Try as I might, this cabinet wouldn't open. Okay, why are the cabinets opening? Whatever. Yeah. That's what I thought. Hit the cabinets. Right? Right? Also, hello, friend. Empty jars and dirty rags. That didn't deserve my attention. Me to something at work. A lock. Only some random stuff in here. Okay. It's really gonna keep harping about how disgusting this whole place is, but I am so exhausted. I know, right? But remember, it's only gonna take 10 days to fix this place. The game just keeps scolding me. An apple? What? Just a bunch of boxes stacked. What a waste of space. This is all the morgue drawers, I think. Okay, whatever. Man doesn't want to look through anything. Looked like some kind of box with dividers, as if it was meant to have cards put in it. I'm about to... apples? Why are there a bunch of apples in here? The game does keep scolding me. It's kind of funny. Rad disorganized. Yeah, why are there apples? I've got so many questions and nobody has any answers for me. Small moving table, likely used to transport instruments during autopsies. Had nothing on it. Where am I hearing the water? Oh, hey. Oh, unfortunately, the lamp wouldn't turn on. Process didn't work here, rendering the work unusable, or at least I hoped so. Sure, let's go over here. Well, we want the rodents to be well fed so they grow large and strong, and then show them as a great rodent army. Exactly. Nothing of note. Thanks. Big preach. Okay. The hook behind me seemed to move a bit. It was evidently part of this mechanism. The hook behind me. Oh. Oh. There was no way to open this. Yes, there is. The button was stuck. I didn't need to move anything at present. But luckily the power was on, and to be safe, it was best to keep it that way. Okay, what? The storage refrigerator was empty, which was a relief. Yeah, what do you think is gonna be in here, my guy? Okay, I guess I just go one at a time. Handle of this compartment was stuck. What a disgusting mess. It seemed like someone did this on purpose. Perhaps a sort of protest? Okay. Compartment wouldn't open. There is a body in here. A258. All bodies in the work could be identified by a specific tag. Should I take a picture of it? Probably should take a picture of it. Take a picture of it. Oh wait, I know. I have a notepad right here. Right here. I'm so very smart. A258 or S8 maybe. A258. Well. Wait. Can I open this at all? No, okay. Handle was neatly worn out. It hadn't been used in a long time. It was empty. Thank God. Okay. There was no way to open this. No way to open that. Okay, we did that one. Let's do this one. C080? C080? Which that one's right next to the other one, right? This is... Yeah, okay. So they're right next to each other. I should put that there right next to each other. We'll see. C080. They're right next to each other. Okay. Okay. This one. Nothing useful here. Shocking. No reason to get in that one. Seemed like a stalk of blood, perhaps meant to be analyzed. Oh. I'm not gonna talk about the cheese or the bread loaf there. I don't know what it's supposed to be. Okay, E103. E103. Brains! They looked like brains kept for research. I got you a different brain. Abby something or other. Abby something? Yeah, Abby normal. You had me put an abnormal brain in a 6-foot behemoth. Anyway. Just a pile of empty flasks scattered on a tray. Empty jars, thank goodness. Last one. There was nothing. I am shocked no cats came jumping out. Okay, so... I guess... we don't... Okay, so we don't... Button was stuck. Okay, so I don't need to mess with it yet until... I guess I know which one I need? Okay. Fortunately, the lamp wouldn't turn on. Well, whatever. Okay, wait, I went this way first, yeah. A water closet. A WC. Okay. Sure. I do like looking at grates in the floor for no reason. Okay. I was thankful that I couldn't see anything in those toilets through all the dark surrounding me. The foul smell from the broken urinals permeated the whole room. Okay. Lights didn't work here. Shocking! Regular hospital stretcher, ready for the next patient who never arrived. The laboratory. The switch didn't do anything. Okay, whatever. Oh! The laboratory greeted me with a hint of sinister ambiance. The greenish lighting and fetid smell only contributed to convey an eerie sense of the organic. Also, who was that man in the corner? I always remember Dexter's lab. Yeah, probably should save. You know, before we mess something up and tell this man we're snooping. The table was in disarray, with many gadgets scattered on it. Don't mind me, sir. I'm just gonna look through things before I talk to you. Some spare empty flasks. It was surprising they hadn't broken yet, considering how they were stored. Really had to replace these medical tools as they were planning on to reopening it. Yeah, well, this whole institute should go to a freaking museum and everybody should just be left alone. The cabinet was jammed. Oh, hey, wait, this is the other side of the cabinets for the morgue. Interesting. Some sort of chemical substance. Well, don't mind me, sir. I will simply... A locked cabinet. The tool sent a slight shiver down my spine. It looked like something out of a horror movie. Well, I hate to break this to you, but you're in a horror game. Test tubes, likely to use to hold samples of chemicals, yet now it was only dust and dirt in them. Can you even... I don't even think you could use those. I mean, I guess you'd have to clean them before you could use them, right? I mean, like, really clean them. Several empty glass containers. They seem to have been used frequently in the past. Whatever this was, it didn't interest me. I love it when a game sasses me. Yeah, I know you have to clean your equipment. What I'm saying is that even if you cleaned it, would it still be even good to use? Or is it like one of those things where like you can't even use it after you clean it? Several lids for jars that probably had broken during the years. Old cans, seemingly empty. Vacant cabinet seemed to be pure decor. Rather than water, the pipes were like crawling with likely crawling with insects. Great. My assassin just tripped off of you. Maybe you belong here. No. They can't put me in here. The bottles were filled with indecipherable red liquid. I'm going to a therapist, okay? Some rusted tools that looked like something a mechanic would use, not doctors. Yeah, we get it. Okay. Doctor. Sure. I like looking at things and having no something on it. A lot of it didn't appear to contain anything of importance inside. Okay. Labels in these cans have lost any trace of color, so whatever used to be inside them was anyone's guess. I mean, it's glass and fairly non-reactive. Only a few chemicals can damage glass to make it unusable. Okay, that answered my question. Thank you. Okay, so it almost sounded like you said the cat put me here. And before you think that's too far-fetched, remember, cats are truly diabolical. More rusty tools and some sort of lenses that were ready to be retired. Oh my god. The faucet was so rusty that it couldn't be turned. Nothing worth my time here. Thanks, game, for shaming me. Both drawers here seem to be filled with junk. Thanks, game, for shaming me. A drawer full of empty glass shards. The game is literally like, stop looking in these. There's nothing here. Well, don't make me be able to click on it if I don't need to look at it. Nothing of use in this drawer. Ooh. Return to sender. My dear Walter, grateful as I am for your kind invitation, I still have certain matters to attend to in my homeland which prevent me from engaging in such a long trip, at least for the time being. However, rest assured that finally meeting in person soon is a priority for me. I think of you as a close friend, there for me when everyone else abandoned me. Oh, Walter, the things I have to tell you, which for our sakes can't be disclosed in written words. Our mutual area of interest is on the verge of yielding benefits beyond our dreams. There is another tome that came to my attention, apparently terrible and dangerous, which may hold the final key to the puzzle. Mortis Cave? My studies revealed that only one account of its existence, and if the primeval orbs aid me, it might find a way to my prized collection. In any case, it was your favorable kismet in your research. Your friend, A.M. P.S. News of the deplorable situation in which your institute finds itself reached me. To state the obvious, I support all your work without reservation. I trust that all the individuals spreading malicious lies will be brought to justice. Our ways may be disapproved by the blinkered peers of our era, but we are making strides towards a new age of science. In due time, our undertakings will be celebrated, and historians will acknowledge our achievements. Dang. Okay. Are these dead rats? These cages remind me of my own condition, confined and searching for meaning. Is that its skull peeking out? There was nothing worth mentioning.
We have expensive things in here. Stay away from that.
Why do I keep getting shamed by this game? Game developers, I want you to, whoever made this game, I want you to understand. I love you for this. Please keep shaming me. It's wonderful. The game will continue to shame you as you continue to fail. Like fluoride-based acids, some of those can actually completely eat a glass vessel. For those, you have to use steel or plastic if it's a low temperature reaction. Nice. See, that's what I was asking, though. I feared that I'd also be forgotten, left alone to die and putrefy in this dreadful place. The copper cages seem quite valuable and sturdy. Copper, you say? Can I grab this? This feels like there should be more here. We could have a great rodent army if the man would let me mess with things. No matter how hard I forced it, I couldn't open it. This place needs a deep cleanse, the kind that will curve with a good and thorough burning. Okay, sorry. The influence of Ambrose Miller. Another notable chapter in the Chronicle of Hanwell Mental Institute involves a cordial relationship that developed between Walter Hanwell and Dr. Ambrose Miller, a renowned chemist researching experimental drugs. Dr. Miller first achieved widespread fame overseas due to his involvement with the standardization of clinical drug trials, including the use of placebo-controlled and double-blind tests. Regrettably, Dr. Miller's accolades came to an abrupt halt after the devastating thalidomide tragedy, in which thousands of babies were born with malformed limbs as a result of their mothers making indiscriminate and unsupervised use of the drug to treat nausea during their pregnancies. It had been said that Dr. Miller's insistence on demonstrating drug efficiency with no regard for safety played a significant role in this dark chapter of modern medicine, since his instance that patients adopt the use of thalidomide as recorded in multiple testimonies. Following this shameful debacle, Dr. Miller shied away from the public eye and became a recluse, maintaining communication with only a handful of select colleagues. It was during the quieter phase of his career that he began to exchange feverish streams of missives with Dr. Hanwell. No one knows the exact nature of the ardent debates. It was established by acquaintance sources that Dr. Miller was fascinated with the ambiguous goals of his colleague, as well as the luxuriously equipped laboratory in his institute, but it was also rumored that these professionals shared a passion for the non-secular side of medicine. More recently, Dr. Miller emerged from his seclusion and during an interview expressed interest in becoming a staff member at Hanwell Mental Institute. Interesting. Oh, no, sorry. I couldn't see anything of relevance here. I mean, true, a flamethrower could improve this place. Those cabinets are glass. We just have to break it. Use on as many chairs or pieces of broken furniture. Problem solved. The thalidomide? Is that what you were talking about last time? At some point in the past, the laboratory may have been suitably equipped, but at present it was a complete mess. Yeah. What are they talking about? It? They did their research. You know? Locked cabinet, but judging by the rest of the stuff here, it was probably not worth my time. Okay, well, this game is like, it's just edging me with like, you can search this, but like, I'm not going to give you anything. So I'll allow you collecting dust and more to collected tools. Like, I feel like I've never been this edged before by a game. Hi Dionysus, how are you? Thalidomide. Yes. That. Trace. Discussing things what they might have held in the past. Test tubes, they were everywhere. Well, yes, this is a laboratory. Wait, did I check this one? Wait, I checked that one. Did I check this one? Yes, I didn't check the bottom one. Although the drawer was nearly empty, a few bottles with sinister red liquid were barely visible in the back. Okay. I'm gonna snoop in the drawers in front of you, okay? I had no idea what these tools were for, but I didn't want to find out either. Sinister red liquid. This is fine. Exactly. The saddest part was how long it took the government to admit the problem and remove it from the market. Yeah. Which sucks. More typical lab instruments. The shape of the tool gave me the chills. It looked painful. I mean, at least they did their research for this game. I'm proud of that. That's wonderful. It wouldn't open. None of these doors seemed to open. This door was locked. Hold on, before I talk to you. No luck, it was locked. These old drawers seem stuck. Some strange lab equipment. Okay, fine. I guess I'll go talk to him. I was having fun snooping in front of him. Let me save before I do something dumb. No worries, Dionysus. You do what you gotta do. I'm now watching on my phone because his bed is warm and comfy. Good. Good. Hello, sir.
Hello? Am I interrupting something?
Who are you?
I'm a former member of the Institute. I came here tonight to look into some docu.
Well, this is highly irregular. Did Julia let you in? I'll need to have a word with her. As you can see, the building is not in a condition for you to go anywhere you please.
Oh, but I'm only going to the allowed areas.
This area is not allowed.
Sorry, my mistake. But would you mind if I asked you some questions?
It does kind of look like Stanley.
I was in the middle of something important, but go ahead.
I assume you are...
I'm the new director of the Institute, Dr. Ambrose Miller.
Ah,
My purpose
AM.
here is to honor the vision of my former colleague, Dr. Walter Hanwell.
Pleased to meet you. The reason I'm here is to research the older history of the Institute, from its heyday until the strange circumstances of its collapse.
As you can imagine, that's not a topic we like to discuss here. We prefer to look forward, not back in the past.
Well, as the new director, aren't you interested in what happened?
That remark seemed slightly insulting.
I didn't mean to.
Look, it was all a sorry episode that none of us are proud of. And those responsible have long since been apprehended. And that's the end of it.
Whoa, apprehended, you say? Why does the protagonist have such an attitude? You aren't supposed to be here. We don't know. We don't know. Okay. Here.
Don't
We'll
you
go
think
through
it's
all
a
the
bit
questions.
rash to bring in patients under such deplorable conditions?
I don't like your accusing tone. There's an ongoing housing crisis for mental patients. Would you rather have them tossed into the streets?
That's not what I meant.
Be that as it may, I'm not proud of the circumstances surrounding this reopening, but we have an obligation to provide shelter for these patients. It's a temporary measure.
I think I'm just going to go through everything. I don't know why he would tell him this, but I think I'm just going to go through everything just to make sure I don't miss anything.
What condition would you say can lead to chronic hallucinations?
In my experience, extreme stress. For example, panic attacks. Abuse of illegal drugs and other substances too. But most likely it would be something related to the brain, a physical problem, such as an imbalance of neurotransmitters. Schizophrenia can cause hallucinations as well.
Thank you for the thorough explanation. Why did Hanwell shut down all of a sudden?
That's not a topic we are discussing here, as you can imagine.
I'm interested in learning the truth.
Truth these days is a social construct.
Oh, come on. A fact is still a fact, and there must be a reason why this place closed doors.
Mismanagement. Hanwell got too careless. He trusted the wrong people.
But...
That is all I'm saying on this topic.
I would rather have these patients in a clean, safe, sanitary environment without the hourly fear of getting tetanus or rabies. No, you're not wrong, but apparently we're not out here for that.
Are you familiar with the term Group E?
Yes, that's a therapy thing. Patients were organized into small groups and encouraged to discuss their fears and problems in confidence. In a more controlled environment, they were treated by, what was her name?
Dr. Ebersbaker?
Apparently the voice actors from London, so probably trying to do an American accent. I mean, that's fair. I think the hospital do me a lot of good. I love scaring people. I could have so much fun. Oh no.
Do you know anything about the construction below?
I'm aware of renovation plans that didn't come to fruition. The structure of the building was typical Kirkbride, since its inception, a style which became dated over time. Mind you, this was true of all mental hospitals of this area. All Kirkbride establishments were forced to change, or perish.
Why this whole fascination with the Kirkbride architecture?
You could say that Walter was a romantic, too attached to the old ways. He erected this building quite late in his lifetime, when the Kirkbride design was already beginning to exhibit its flaws, and he paid a price for it.
What I don't understand is the purpose of digging in the basement.
It makes perfect sense. That's typically how the migration of the so-called unit system worked. Underground tunnels.
Interesting. I didn't think about that, but yeah.
I'm wondering how a network of underground tunnels is so attached to the concept of a unit system.
To begin with, the unit system is a term that didn't catch on. It was meant to convey the notion of units of buildings, concerned with a single aspect for the everyday operation of a mental institute. One building for administrative offices, another for surgical interventions, then male and female infirmaries separated, and so on. The hospital border in Buenos Aires is a good example of such a system of buildings.
We dig in the basement because mind your own business! Oh my god. Okay.
Julia seems to be a nice member of the new Hanwell family.
Our new receptionist. I don't have much to say. I just met her earlier this morning.
She's doing a fine job. Must be difficult putting a nice face to all this filth.
Filth?
I'm sorry, I mean, let's talk about something else.
Wait. Okay, wait. What if it doesn't look that bad? What if he thinks it looks bad because he's crazy? And to them it actually is, like, it looks fine. That would be a cool little twisty twist. The receptionist is not, in fact, doing a fine job. Feels she definitely let it impress with exactly. This man is just all over the place.
So, you're the famous Dr. Miller.
Famous? Not quite. At least not around these parts. I'm just a humble servant who wishes to continue with Walter's grandiose dreams.
How so?
As soon as I heard this establishment was ceasing operations, I made arrangements to be transferred here. Hopefully continue Walter's work. My connection in the field of medicine across the years proved valuable, as here I find myself as the new director in charge of this reopening.
Yeah, I'm kind of, maybe that's just a far-fetched thing. Maybe this dude is just like, it's fine in here. But, like, I don't know, it'd just be kind of interesting if, like, it looks bad to him. Give the whole Silent Hill 3, they look like monsters to you type moment, you know?
About Dr. Ebesbaker.
The therapist?
Yes, I'm curious about her role at the Institute.
She was well positioned in the ranks at Hanwell, respected career and all, but if you ask me, she was a failure.
I love him such a troll. He was, though. Why is there a bubble in the place? Yeah, it's 11 p.m. and the man's just... Anyway, it's fine.
Do you know Bruno?
We don't talk about Bruno.
He's our security guard.
Is there anything of interest you could tell me about him?
Not really. He's just a security guard.
But he's working in your establishment and contributes to a greater goal. You can't possibly operate this place without security.
Look, if you want to form a union with Bruno, be my guest. I need to keep working with this dangerous chemical.
Why such intolerance?
I have a highly dangerous chemical right here.
Fine.
Is it highly dangerous?
Have you seen a patient wandering around?
The one who's cleaning the rooms? Yes. Leonard, I believe.
That's who I mean, yes. Is it safe to speak with him?
Certainly. Perfectly safe, otherwise we wouldn't allow him to roam freely. I'm not familiar with his case, though. We are simply continuing with the same treatment he had in the past.
Yeah, it's just hydrogen monoxide. It's fine. It's fine.
So, I assume you were acquainted with Walter Hanwell.
Quite so. Walter was a friend. We maintained ample correspondence over the years. Many subjects, both from the field of medicine and life itself, were our common interest. Many times I toyed with the idea of coming here to work with him, alas fate had a different plan for us.
What do you mean?
Well, the circumstances you're obviously familiar with. I was finally prepping myself for a greatly belated visit when all of a sudden the Institute shut down. Walter had been a friend in writing for many years, yet regrettably I never got to know him in person.
Yeah, don't forget your antibiotics, Dionysus. You gotta take those on time, you know? Did someone say Union? Doc's out here making drugs. He might be. He might be making that good. We don't know. We maybe got the cocaine in here. With a lot of us horse tranquilizer in as an LSD. I assume he's good to go around unsupervised because other docs don't care. Got it. Exactly. Okay. Okay, I think that's it.
I'll be on my way.
What is this highly dangerous chemical? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm done. I'll stop yelling. Oh, we just turned the light off on him. Steal his pen. I wish. Okay, so that's the laboratory. That's where I was. Lenny! Bestie! How's it going, bestie?
Lenny, I've been in the basement. You were right.
Really?
Yes, I was there before. And you too. I had this memory. We were working together in some kind of construction project. What were we doing down there?
I don't recall. Everything is so fuzzy.
Lenny, you have to make an effort. This is important for our sakes.
I don't want to, please. I don't want to remember. It hurts.
Okay, don't worry, Lenny. Let's try something else.
Aw, be nice to Lenny. We talked to him about all that.
Is there anything else you can tell me about this?
No, I'm sorry.
I think that's it. I don't think we have anything really. Can we talk to him about all this, right? Yeah, I think.
See you around, Lenny.
Stop interrogating the patients, weirdo. Leave me alone! You called a Nemo for the face? Ah. Stop interrogating the patients, weirdo. You can't tell me what to do, okay? It does feel like Shutter Island. There's some things happening here. Okay. Museum? Ugh. I love museums. Patients were allowed to pay short visits to haunted museum at the Institute, which, rather than the Sanctuary of Science and Institution, something it turned into something. God, I didn't get to read that so quick. I love museums. I love museums. I love, like, seeing, like, creepy stuff in museums. Ugh. So good. Anyways, let's go this way. Were those ears? But why? I don't know, dude. The exhibit displayed hands of various shapes submerged in some kind of liquid. What museum did you go to in Vegas? An abomination of nature. A baby with a gut-wrenching birth defect. Oh. It was a jar with something odd inside. An organ shaped like a pastry. Hideous. Subdural hematoma? Is that what that says? Typical glass slide for putting tissue samples on it. This could come in handy later. You found a sex museum. That's genius. I bet you it was interesting, though. I love learning stuff, so everything's interesting to me. Pick up tweezers with care. It's like a convenient spot for placing glass slide to pick up samples. Wait. 2080003. No, none of these are. See, I don't know which one's which, so. Label red, yes. I don't know anything about this. I should probably leave this alone for right now. Since it wasn't needed anywhere else, I left the tweezers in the exhibit. Okay, I will look at that here in a second. Serious radiographs showed various areas of the human body. You get to tend the rabbit slitty. Tell me about the rabbit slitty. Human brains. Charming. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I bet you it was interesting. Looks like some kind of animal. Another twisted feature of this gloomy museum. A most macabre exhibition. Discreet feature of this atrocity exhibition. Listen, I love learning stuff, so I'd go to a sex museum. Hell yeah. The patient undergoing some painful treatment. Picture depicting someone important with some sort of gory medical intervention happening behind him. Well, it's one of those operating theaters where they learned how to operate on people. Ooh, bunch of pics. Okay. Wait, no. Elegant drapes covered the window. What's up, my main man? Give me 5. Aw. A complete human skeleton. It seemed real. It probably is. I would hope a sex museum is sex positive. I agree. The Puritan sex museum. Everyone is evil and will be punished. What you don't know is being punished is my kink. Go ahead. Oh my god, I dropped my pencil. Oh my god. It has one of those fortune teller machines. Oh, I love that. I love that so much. I love museums. Oh my gosh. Why were there so many skulls in the museum? Because it's a medical museum! So there's many skulls and various instruments. Oh, this is the woman. Oh, sorry, sis. I put 20 bucks on that thing to get all the different fortunes I could. I'm so sorry, sis. Age 31, condition unstable, block female wing, first floor, cell 107B, therapy group. Oh, I should probably write this down. I don't remember what the other woman was, but this one is, or the other person was, but B. I should probably remember that. Or the Catholic Sex Museum, missionary position for the purpose of procreation only. Oh my god. Anyways, profile. Rebecca Bierce did not suffer any specific ailments early in life, but she fell victim to a violent sexual assault as an adult. She found in a state of shock by the authorities who rescued her, and after a medical examination, Rebecca was found to be pregnant. The perpetrator was never apprehended. During the period following the assault, she exhibited delusional behaviors and panicked whenever men were in the same room as her. Thereafter, following strict attention and care, she gradually began to recover and return to her senses while coming to terms with her new condition. She eventually managed to begin socializing with her peers and to feel more comfortable in the presence of men. Regrettably, she was recently suffered an inexplicable breakdown and experienced frequent neurotic fits. She mistreats both her peers and the nursing team using foul, highly offensive language while screaming and kicking. In 2 incidents, she was found repeatedly hitting her stomach and insisting that her unborn child was a spawn from hell. Poor thing. Medical instruments of various types. Yeah, I'm sorry, sis. some instruments for unknown purposes. Oh, several skulls. Okay, so let's go back here. She probably did suffer new abuse from the staff. Well, considering they were using the staff to, dig in tunnels. Table red. Grab the tweezers. What was I going to do with them? Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. So it's saying I don't know what to do yet. Okay, I get it. I get it. Fine. Doc Hanwell. The store wouldn't open, but perhaps the right key would let me in. Okay. The key ring wouldn't unlock the store. I guess Bruno didn't have clearance to go everywhere. Fine. Okay, so let's go up here. Yeah, a good kicking would get in there. We can get in there just fine. Oh! This seemed to be Lenny's car. Perhaps he was getting ready to clean the topmost floor. Okay. Okay, maybe I gotta talk to him about everything. Lenny! My main man! My sweet cheese! My good time boy! Hi, Lenny.
Hi again, Lenny.
Hi.
Lenny, what happened to us in the basement?
I don't know. I have too much work to do.
Can't you...
No. No, I don't want to talk about the basement.
Okay. What can you tell me about Bertrand?
Bertrand? That name sounds familiar. He was a friend.
Yes, Lenny, I think he was too. Do you know where I can find him? Think hard, please.
I'm not sure. But I remember him. We sat together many times.
Nothing else, Lenny?
I'm so sorry, but no.
Okay.
Nothing else comes to mind?
I don't want to think about that anymore.
Okay, that's fair.
My vision in the basement was the first time I felt like I was witnessing something relevant. You know, with a meaning. A moment that actually happened.
I think a part of me wants to remember too. Who I was, and my friends. But another part of me knows it will be painful. The past hurts.
Yes, Lenny. I know what you mean, and I don't disagree either. But I choose the truth, always. Is there anything else you can tell me about this?
No, I'm sorry.
Let's talk some more about this groupie. You said you remember me.
Yes. Yes, I do.
I'm so sorry, Lenny, but I can't seem to remember you. It's been such a long time since I was here.
It's okay. You seem like a friend.
And I believe you're a friend too, Lenny.
Aww.
Is there anything else you can tell me about this?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Nothing else comes to mind?
I know, I want to
don't
give him
wanna
a
think
cookie.
about that anymore.
Is there anything else you can tell me about this?
No, I'm so...
Lenny, I don't think Dr. Ann really cared about any of us.
Don't say that.
It's just things that I read about her research. She only cared about her reputation.
No, stop it. She made me feel happy. That is everything that matters. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Oh, I'll give him Teddy Grahams, exactly.
Nothing else comes to mind?
I don't want to think about that anymore.
Okay.
You know, I used to be like you, Lenny.
Oh, are you feeling better now?
You could say that. I was well, at least for a while.
So, why are you here?
That's a very good question. Did you ever meet the former director at the Institute, Walter Hanwell?
I'm not sure. I saw many people walking around in the Institute in the past, but no one ever told me who Hanwell was.
I see. Thank you.
Okay, I think that's it. I asked about everything else. Yeah.
Nice talking to you, Lenny.
I can't go past him. Let me go talk to the grumpy dude. Again. I'll just exhaust all the stuff with him.
Dr. Miller?
What is it this time?
What is it this time?
Just one moment of your time, please. I'm looking for information on a patient called Bertrand.
Bertrand. He's one from the old group, right?
I believe so. I've seen footage of him in the therapy room.
Footage? Intriguing. I'll have to take a look at that. But yes, of course he sounds familiar. He's here tonight.
What do you mean, here? Physically?
Physically? What are you, a ghost hunter? Of course in flesh and blood. He's one of the patients being relocated.
This is an incredible development. Where can I see him?
I don't have such details. All I know is that he's in the same cell where he used to be.
Sorry, 2 seconds. Okay.
Sorry, where was Bertrand's cell?
As I told you, I don't know the exact cell number, only it's the same one where he used to be.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Which... Crap, I'll have to go back to that room.
You mentioned that Bertrand is back in the Institute?
Yes, the same cell as before.
Okay. Okay.
I appreciate the conversation. Goodbye.
Okay, so... Do we go back down, maybe? We're to go that way. Let's go this way. Wait, where was the... I'll figure it out. Sorry, 2 seconds. Okay. Boop, not there. I bet it's the one that was like quiet. So it's not that guy. This one? Door was locked, but surely someone in the Institute had the key to it. Okay, so maybe I have the key to it. Yes! It's Bertrand! Let me just walk into this possibly dangerous dude's room. Sure. Sure. Okay. Look around really quick. Mattress had a putrid stench to it. Oh, he had a big partner. Oh, he ate it. Another vision, but with a clear sense of purpose. This patient Bertrand had seen something of major importance, which he had absent-mindedly attempted to draw on the floor. But what? Had I also seen it? The vision, a nurse had played a music box, which prompted Bertrand to draw something on the floor. Okay. There was nothing of interest on the stand. Well, yeah. Okay. Some children's books, it seemed, were scattered under the bed. Okay, well, let's talk to Bertrand. Oh! Nope. Nope. Okay. Bertrand's mate. Unwind up key. Music box! Where did I see a music box? Oh, in the thing! Bertrand was beyond help, yet he'd clearly seen something linked to my visions. And who was the man with him who had swallowed the wind-up key for the music box? Yeah, it was some other random dude. Okay, so... Bruno? Despite all the clutter in this room, there was nothing inside the cabinet. Okay, but he talked about a music box. Yeah, he has a music box. So how do we get it back? So, do I get it from him, maybe? Like, I don't want to... He's gonna hurt me if I open the door. Like... Well, we're about to do something stupid. Wasn't desperate in itself, or was I dealing with a high-risk patient in some way? Okay. Nope. Okay. Nursery rhyme. A vision, Bertrand seemed to react to a nursery rhyme from a music box. Perhaps I was able, okay. I was able to play it. I get that. In my vision, Bertrand seemed to react to the tune of a quirky music box. Okay. So he has it. Okay. what I'd use. I was thinking about it. I guess I could. Wait, this way. But I don't know if it'll reach down there. I could definitely try. That's what I was thinking of. Maybe I gotta go talk to Lenny about it. I made it to midnight. So... I was about to say, is she out of her chair? There's no reason she should be out of her chair. It's archives? Yeah. Did I not play it? The turntable have finally broken. Ah, no! How dare you! Rude. I agree. It's garbaggio. Absolute BS. Wait, I just came through. Did I not come through there? Dude, we be booking it. That's the therapy room. Oh, I didn't go in here. The game used burst of activity in its heyday. It was a fine accomplishment of the Institute, and patients could coexist peacefully by playing games together. But now the room was in shambles. I did not even go in here. Whoopsies. Sofa might have been comfortable once, but at present sitting here was out of the question. Crayons! A box of crayons. The nurses always encourage us to draw. A red crayon was in better shape than... Well, it's a good thing, because I bet you I'm going to have Bertrand draw. Just an old toy. With a nail in it. It's quite an inspired piece of art, in my opinion. Okay. More chairs. The game room had been designed to hold a large number of patients in it. Okay, we'll go this way first. A completely dried plant. I don't want to go that way yet. What the devs read about the company, but the whole game centered about it. The main thing about each room reminds us of the Maybe they did. Maybe they were like, listen, we really like this. The radio's batteries are dead. Okay. Oh, a little toy. Ominous, but with a hint of beauty. Fireplace was a nice way to get the room warm back then, but the staff needed to keep a close eye on the more unruly patients. I believe this was the table patient shows were playing games when it was cold because of his privileged position near the fireplace. I had no idea what that was. Sorry. So maybe things. That's what I'm thinking. All that you missed in the kerfuffle of the bullshit. Sorry, that scared me. All that you missed in the kerfuffle of the bullshit was I went down to Bertrand's room because Bertrand is here, the dude that was on the tape, and we saw a flashback of him drawing on the floor. So now we're trying to get him to draw on the floor again, and that's literally it. I feel like I should be able to do something with this, but whatever. But Bertrand ain't talking to nobody. He, no idea which books were at the end of this ladder, but likely the more boring ones. Oh, it's not even... Oh my god. Me too! The fireplace looks nice. Whoop. Boop, 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 boop. Oh! Some days ago, I casually read a newspaper article by Dr. Walter Hanwell, a general surgeon with extensive knowledge of mental illness who recently founded his own hospital for the insane. In his impassioned words, I could sense his sincere concern about the consequences of mind disorders. In that same article, Hanwell's notable technological advancements in his field, a discipline in which antiquated practices are often ingrained, incited a feeling of excitement that I hadn't experienced in a long time. The fine trajectory of his kindred spirit compelled me to write him a letter, disenchanted as I was about ongoing problems in my local medical center, which I concluded was managed by closed-minded individuals. Dr. Hanwell responded sooner than I expected. We exchanged various experiences from our respective fields of expertise. In an engaging debate that I fondly remember as a deciding factor that would dictate the rest of my career, we agreed that increasing reports of developing mental abnormalities were a consequence of a degenerate society, that minds operating outside the boundaries of morality would inevitably deteriorate until no shade of humanity was left. There was a mutual agreement that the fabric of our culture, our breed, was eroding. As admired professionals, we have an obligation to guide our peers into the blistering light of cognizance. We see and perceive what others don't. Not taking action would be a shameful disgrace of our human condition. We continued talking about how a mental hospital should be managed under the strictest of conditions, and how a symbol of solemn authority was of the utmost importance for ensuring smooth operations. Suffice it to say, I became enchanted with Walter Hanwell's grand vision, his endless quest to correct the course of society, beginning with those who had lost their way in the most profound and visceral sense, the decay of their own minds. Okay. Somebody found a thesaurus, miscellanea, pharmacology, physiology, history. The window was covered in some kind of mold. They were going to spend a long time cleaning up this place. Yeah, 10 days, supposedly. I can't. I freaking can't. Pathology. Ooh. Castle of the Forest. It looked like some fairy tale. Okay. Anything? Nope. Sorry. Making sure. Oh, I forgot I could hit space. Oh. 333. Just another random collection of books. Wait, there was another. Hold on. What time is it? And it's midnight now. It is officially midnight in the game. Forgot I can hit space to make this so much easier on me. I have enjoyed spending time reading some of these books, but there were more important things to do that night. That's fair. Okay. While the books were numbered in a strange way, all things disarranged, lacking in any kind of system. While my storied career as a general surgeon has cemented my prestigious position in the field, assume something significant doesn't happen at a certain time. Yeah, well, I think when you hit to a certain point, why is he allowed to be there at midnight unless he's a patient? Exactly. It keeps changing time after we get to a certain point when we do things, so... a fact widely acknowledged by kindred professionals who have effusively praised my work. The true passion has always been the secrets of the mind. It was during the exploitation of a challenging meningioma that I first confused this zeal with the desire to specialize as a neurosurgeon. Yet it dawned on me that quite the contrary, I was growing tired of the physical aspects of the brain altogether. It was rather the nature of its inner workings that fascinated me. In time, a new path led me to research topics related to psychology and psychiatry, particularly the peculiar interplay between these two disciplines. Mental health disorders stood out as a prime suspect of interest. Losing control of yourself is a terrible thing, perhaps the worst thing that can happen to a human being. The inability to discern what is real and what is not. The impossibility of determining the incontrovertible truth that because your senses are crippled horrified me to no end. I made it my new purpose to delve deeper into this captivating yet disquieting discipline. I would make use of the plentiful wealth and resources I had amassed over the years to fulfill this developing personal ambition. I chose a convenient location to construct that, what I christened Hanwell Mental Institute, as a testament to my life achievements. Enthralled by the elegant, pleasant, and even transcendent design invented by Thomas S. Kirkbride, I made sure the spot, atop a peaceful cliff surrounded by distant mountains and the pristine allure of the ocean, was suitable for the healing properties of his proposed plan. It was a strict requirement that my project be the proposed plot of land be untarnished by the presence of people. Only the elemental quality of the perpetual woods would complement such a majestic architecture. Thanks to the help of powerful contacts I gained through long-standing relationships with the finest professionals in the world of medicine, Hanwell Mental Institute became a beacon of inspiration and promise for the treatment of mental health problems. Its purpose to house the largest number of patients in any building of its kind today. Contrary to certain delineations made by Kirkbride, I hold that a thriving community is key for mentally ill people to succeed in their hopes of being reintegrated into society. This is my realm. Here we shall make an effort to eradicate the ailments of the human mind. Dang! Someone, a patient, a child, seemed to have scribbled something on the cover of this book. We looked at that. We looked at that. Okay. These books did not seem like they belonged in this section. An old unpublished manual about some kind of biopsy machine. Stereotactic transorbital brain biopsy equipment. Draft of instructions. Warning, this equipment is still undergoing extensive tests. Any use of this machine on a living person must be supervised by a qualified professional. The Strab is a novel device capable of extracting a brain tissue sample. I know, they love to keep telling us it's a Kirkbride facility. Brain tissue sample without performing a craniometry. It makes use of the empty space around a patient's orbital to reach areas of the brain without damaging the eye or causing long-term facial paralysis. Depending on the cranial structure of the patient, the coordinates of the transorbital device may need to be reconfigured in order to determine the correct angle for the procedure. The subject's height is not factored into the coordinates calculation, since the head should always be fixed in the proper position. Ensure that the subject's body lies comfortably on the bed, which can be extended for this purpose. Coordinates are then calculated according to body mass, gender, and age. For example, an adult male weighing around 80 kilograms may need an angle between 180 and 190 degrees. The margin of error is calculated by a machine to be compensated for using a state-of-the-art sensing component to aim for the correct entry point of the patient's left orbital. The needle may retract and move forward a number of times during this process, which is normal. Note, the device always aims for the left orbital by default. While recalibrating the right orbital is possible, it makes no practical difference for the procedure. Before starting the procedure, be sure there is professional validating the data provided by the control panel and assisted position close to the patient in case of a reflex action during the procedure that could lead to irreversible damage to the patient's eye. Properly securing the harness should minimize this possibility. For a successful procedure, follow the steps below. 1. Turn on the equipment. 2. Rotate the principal knob with the appropriate unit that corresponds to the patient's cranial dimensions. This will set the target coordinates. 3. The person assisting the professional should evaluate whether everything is in the correct position, particularly the harness. It is recommended to also check the position of the extractor needle and the bed. This is 4. The supervising professional at the control panel may pick up the wired activator and press the button to set the procedure in motion. Wait until the extractor needle finalizes the procedure and is fully removed from the patient's orbital. If blood leaks through the puncture, wipe it with a disinfected towel. There is no need to treat the puncture. Once the machine completes the procedure, the fluid containing the sample will be located in a sterilized receptacle behind the extractor component. They can then be taken with a standard syringe, but be sure to properly sterilize the syringe as not to contaminate the sample. Inspect the patient's orbital for any unexpected damage, and then have the patient remain seated on the bed to recover from any dizziness. The brain sample is ready to be examined under a microscope by a qualified pathologist. The procedure is meant to take 5 to 10 seconds, depending on the lobe from which the sample is extracted. School depth must be accounted for in this calculation. Following the procedure, the patient may experience impaired vision and difficulty articulating facial muscles, but these effects are expected to be subside within an hour at most. No. Lung cancer, pancreatic tissue, biopsy, prostate cancer, biopsy, okay. You're not sticking a thing into my orbital socket. Okay, I'm good. Thank you. Neurology, history, pathology. Nobody's sticking anything into my orbital socket. There seems to be like the oldest books from the library. They smelled like papyrus. I read a collection of books. Nothing seemed important for my search. Just yellowed old pages. I couldn't say if there was anything of importance written, as they were utterly unreadable. So much reading in this. I know, right? There's so much reading. Nursing. Psychiatry. Can't go that way. Can I go this way? Despite the darkness, I could see a stack of books neatly arranged on the bookshelf. Okay, so let's open this. Wonderful. Now I don't have to worry about this. Oh, hey. I trusted the chandelier was still firmly secured. Let's hope so. Up the stairs we go. You're right. In this Kirkbride facility. Sorry, hold on. It is hard to wander around. I played a game I really liked that was really just a video book remade choices that changed the story. Yeah, I love visual novels. Those are super fun.
Dr. Miller?
What is it this time?
What is it
Just
this
one
time?
moment of your time. Would you happen to know who Bertrand's cellmate was in the past?
No, and I'm not interested in hearing information that has no bearing on my present goals.
Fine. Would you say it's possible to stimulate the memory of a catatonic patient with music?
Certainly within the realm of possibility, yes. The mind is still a mystery. There's much we don't understand. But a terminally ill, withdrawn patient who suddenly reacts to a visual or oral stimulus could happen, yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'll be on my way.
Yeah. The problem is I'd love to play them for you guys, but there's so much reading. I couldn't do it. There's just no way. Okay, so we're here. So we're about to go into this stuff right here. So rehabilitation, psychiatry, operating room, office. Okay, let's do it. Ooh. A gas tank. It seemed like a dangerous thing to find in here. Okay, let's do this one first. It wouldn't open. I don't like that sound. Sorry, 2 seconds. Okay. The chair was twisted and creepy. More reading! Exhausted and disappointed by the last session, I decided to take a walk outside the yard to clear my mind. It was a sunny afternoon, more peaceful than usual, with patients aimlessly wandering the grass, all of them lost in their own absent-minded business. A soothing ambiance, if a bit eerie, which helped calm my nerves. Among those patients seemingly enjoying the blissful yet rare moment was Leonard, who was more talkative than usual with his peers, clearly influenced by the same type of haunting aura that I had felt in the air. There's something about him that makes me even more irate about the regressions in my group. Leonard was so close to being discharged from the institute. As I approached him in hope of having a more open conversation than our therapy sessions usually afforded, a striking detail that I had missed earlier thanks to the duller lighting of the therapy room stopped me in my tracks. There was a noticeable rash across his ankle, running from his right foot up to the bottom of his gown. Leonard seemed to have repeatedly scratched himself, and quite recently too, judging by the shiny red spots sprinkled across his skin. Puzzled about this, I motioned to get my patient's attention, but I noticed yet another curious aspect of his appearance. His gown was overly dirty, although this fact by itself was irritatingly usual by now. However, it wasn't just dirt, but some sort of splotches of organic matter, as if Leonard had rubbed himself against a moldy wall. My initial guess is they had simply laid down in the grassy grounds of the yard to have some rest, but there was something about the texture of those stains that still intrigued me. They had a certain glittering nature to them, like a trail a slug would leave, and the color wasn't quite green either, as a reminiscence of grass, but a shade similar to turquoise. I took Leonard to my office so I could ask him a few questions in private. The organic stuff that I had obtained from Leonard's gown was proven to be more bewildering than I had imagined. It is of a fungal origin as suspected, yet seems to be exceedingly rare. While this is far from my area of expertise, there is no question the sample is something unique. Its properties indicate that it can only thrive in warm and humid environments, which are unlike the conditions of our region. We are blessed by dry weather throughout the year. However, this means this mold fungus is from some kind of deep undergrowth. Somehow Leonard has gotten close to it. I left a cotton swab impregnated with the stuff next to one of those lab rats. Evidence dictates that the presence of this material caused a visible rash on Leonard's body, so a mere small quantity should produce a marked change with the little critter. Something happened to the rat. I can't quite put my finger on it, that is, but the rat is behaving differently. No visible physical alterations of note, but something is not the same. Could it be? Is it carcinogenic? A number of mold species produce toxins that can cause various health problems, though worst of which can ultimately include liver and lung cancer as well as invasive diseases, especially in small children, the elderly, and people with weak immune systems. The most toxic mold known to date is thought to be black mold, or Strachio something? I can't read that, which has caused general respiratory problems, especially if one has asthma or allergies, and may be linked to lung cancer, but none of this applies to our case. Moreover, some poisonous mushrooms are known to cause organ failure, but none have been proven to have invasive to this extent. There is death caps and rather romantically named destroying angels in the realm of plants. There is of course Atropia belladonna, but that's basically poison. It doesn't stimulate the malignant growth. While some species of mushrooms contain naturally produced carcinogens, these exist only in minute amounts that cannot directly cause cancer, and yet there are peer-reviewed records of the unusual Cordycephus unilaterus, which is a pathogenic fungi, although it attacks insects. That's the one that they base The Last of Us off of. It's a parasitic indeed, and it did something to the rat, but no, it's not impossible. There are no records of such a thing anywhere in the world. If what I suspect is true, this carcinoma has an effect akin to a hallucinogen drug, and if Leonard came close to it, maybe the rest. Oh my god. So much reading. Oh my god. More reading. Rehabilitation sessions. Morning report. The number of patients exhibiting injuries varying in severity and unknown origin. It is recommended that they continue with a more extensive round of rehabilitation sessions to avoid a worsening condition. As usual, we will continue with the sessions sorted by cell number. Oh, cell 101A. Patient is well. No special care needed. The thing I don't like about them is you can't go back and want to change your choice. If you click the wrong choice by accident, start the whole game over. Absolutely infuriating, but otherwise, I love these games. Yeah, there's a few games I've seen where they have, like, checkpoints that you can, like, kind of go through, and there's games I've seen where you can skip through things you've already done until you get to a choice you haven't made before, which is pretty cool, but yeah, it just depends. Cellmates, William Hodgson, that's who it is. So, 102A. Hodgson. Okay. Marked deterioration in their condition. LaRoche is growing increasingly tense, and Nurse Marianne noticed a number of bruises on his body. New episodes in which he falls to a sort of catatonic state, unable to respond to stimulations. Augustin is generally more on the edge than usual and presented serious burns to his chest that no one could explain. We recommend strict supervision. Cell 105A, we checked another fracture in Leonard's ankle. None of the staff can explain how this happened. They are aware of his osteogenesis, and extreme care was already taken. So 105 is Lenny. 2 sessions each day are recommended. Noon report. Cell 102A. Cellmates had some kind of choral musical box enjoyed, but made him nervous, as described in the struggle to the spring from the device immediately swallowed. The patient was immediately taken to the operating room. Patient deemed too dangerous to perform the exercise to take it out. High blood pressure must have managed for administering anesthesia. He died in the heart attack during his session. Nothing could be done to lower his pressure. Before passing away, specialists reported heart rate was so high his chest was visibly throbbing violently. He's been taken to the morgue. Crawford developed chronic asthma. Traces of ashes or dirt were found across his body. Recommended increased supervision of daily wanderings. The patient insists to sleep with the lights on, which bothers Leonard. Greg doesn't have bonitis. See, that's them. Interesting. Yeah, skip. Yeah. I played a romance story that was like that, where you could skip through. It is a romance story. Don't start with me, Nos. Don't you kink shame, okay? Remember our safe words, okay? A pair of crutches, finding to be expected in a rehab group. It was a romance novel. Chernobyl! We could do the red light system too. Oh my god. A set of wooden stairs, probably used to train patients. Typical scale for measuring the weight of patients was rusted. Ooh. Is that his, yeah, that's his ankle, isn't it? Yeah. Stretcher looked quite uncomfortable. Age 43, condition stable. Block male wings, area group E. Okay. Was a robust man with rugged facial features. Half of his face is covered in severe burn scars. It's a bad x-ray unless the target was a shit. Well, there's your problem. Yeah, I was about to say, didn't you do stuff with x-rays and stuff? I feel like you were looking at that for a while. Or was working with that for a while. Half his face is covered in severe burn scars. He fell victim to intense fire as a child as a result of being neglected by his parents. I'm a registered x-ray tech. Yeah, that's what I thought. I knew that. I don't know why I kind of forgot somehow. In this event, Hodgkin has experienced acute panic attacks whenever the subject of fire surfaces in any given conversation. An inevitable occurrence is that has resulted in psychogenic, non-epileptic seizures and uncontrollable crying. Such reactions are a stark contrast of imposing looks, yet Hodgkin has unfortunately become a slave to his rational fear. However, this patient can be equally pacific. I am having a hard time reading. He can be chill and mellow, routinely obeying orders and staying out of trouble. Specialists have determined his condition is reserved. While he shows promise, he is slow and exhibits, hold on, what type of seizures? Non-epileptic seizures. That's what I had, was a non-epileptic seizure. I'm pretty sure. I had not a grand mal, I had it was like oh god, I can't remember what seizure I had. I had a seizure a while ago, like a year and 2 ago, something like that. Anyways, it was a very mild one, but I did not have an epileptic seizure. That's all I remember. Learning things with me. I Anyways, difficulty reasoning and learning far more than his peers. Hunter's lucky to have a formidable voice that commands his respect, which is full of high-risk patients who would otherwise have taken advantage of him. Rule of my I don't think I said lessons since prep, but I had to practice, so no biggie. Rule of thumb is 3 images for the joints, 2 for the limbs, except skull, which is kind of weird. But don't listen to me, it's been forever since I x-rayed a patient. Ah. Sorry, I was sharing stuff about my life. I had, in 2023, yeah, that'd be right. In 2023, at the beginning of, wait, was it the beginning of 2023? Wait, no, 2024? Either way, I had a seizure. And, it was not fun. I got to dream a little bit, have a little bit of a weird dream, but seizures are terrible. And I'm sitting there, and after the seizure's over with, I'm sitting there with Big Blue, and we're going through the, the things you should go through after a seizure, like who's the president, who's, what year is it, all this stuff, right? And, what's 2 + 2 and everything. And we're like looking through the list of like things, and we're like, okay, it looks like you just had a seizure, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, but it looks like, the only thing you didn't do was pee yourself. And I was like, yeah, great, I didn't pee myself. And I'm like, tap myself, and I feel my pants, which I had totally peed myself, because it's a seizure, obviously. But I had totally peed myself, and I was like, oh, wait, never mind. I totally did. It was so funny. Like, in the moment, like, kind of funny. Now I laugh so hard at that every time I think about it. Like, who's the president? What year is it? Who are you? Like, so freaking funny. Anyway, sorry, just a little thing about me. It was really funny. I could say it because I went through it. So about this place sent a shiver down my spine. There was a hint of dread in the air, thanks to a part of a freakish mechanical apparatus raining over the room. I'm pretty sure you include, sorry, hold on, heel and ankle image, but it's probably not the end of the world if it's cut off, depending on what you are looking for. Typically, you want AP, lateral, and oblique image for ankle, but they may have been focused on the shin. In your situation, sometimes you get what you get. I once x-rayed a hand and fingers because the guy got his ring finger caught in a machine. The skin was gnarly. I bet it didn't feel too good either, but he was a total champ. Yeah, exactly. I never had one, but I had someone have a grand mal in the middle of the road. Use my card as a roadblock for that. That was so nice of you. Yeah, because, like, I forgot what, I have to ask Blue what it was. I can't remember what it was called. It was not a super serious one. They checked my brain afterwards. Like, my brain is totally fine, very healthy. But, like, it was still serious enough that, to get checked and looked at and everything. So, that sort of situation where we had to remove jewelry, we had to see, oh god, yeah, I believe that. Bed looks stained with both rust and organic material. Seem to be unused and newer condition for rustic items here piqued my interest. Hydrochloric acid. I nearly returned it to the shelf, but decided to keep it around for now. It looks like a door slamming on your hand when a wave hits you sideways. Better to lose a finger than to have it clamped. Yep. The waterworks? Excuse me? I never liked syringes, but it was in good shape and could prove useful, so I took it with me. The microscope was now ready to examine any small object or organic material. Inserted the glass slide into the microscope. It doesn't have anything on it, does it? Wait, am I supposed to do something? No, okay. Nothing of note. Okay. Something was missing, so I took the glass slide again. Thanks, not Captain Obvious. Plane covered in stretch looked disgusting, as if it had been drawing dust and fetid condensation for a long time. We could finally wash our grimy hands. Must remove his ring for that reason. Maybe he forgot. Anyway, it was a very unfortunate situation, poor guy. There was a steady flow of clean water here. Okay. Didn't want to wash this. Didn't want to wash this. Carefully, I have cleaned the syringe as best I could. Okay. There was a steady flow of clean water here. I'm gonna wash this. Okay. I also watched a patient literally pass in front of me. It's very sad. My tech teacher was very upset. I don't blame her. She was an excellent tech. Nothing she could do about it. Yeah, that's like the worst part. I know, I was just trying to see what I could do. Was this a blood clot? Oh, is that like a... Just yellowed papers. None of it interests. Nothing in there. Go ahead, game. Keep shaming me. I love it. Cups. I wouldn't have enjoyed drinking coffee from any of these cups. Ooh. It was an ancient Greek drawing. Okay. Door was filled with metallic plates. Several test tubes. Essential elements in any medical environment. Okay. No, can't look at that. Okay. I'm clicking buttons, and you can't stop me. Oh, no! Do I want something in my eye? I think the shame should be more petty and vicious. You clearly aren't learning your lessons. I know. Dark stains were all over the interior wall of the broken wardrobe. I don't want to know the source of those stains. Fair, honestly. Okay, wait. So do I need to? Okay, I gotta try it. I gotta try it at least. Let me save. Okay, hold on. I'm assuming that's the right. Based on my findings in the library, I knew this contraption was used to perform a brain biopsy. It wasn't in my plans to spend any more time near this twisted contrivance. Well then, why did you get over here? Oh my god. Well, I had to try. Lamp didn't even have a light bulb. Oh no. More reading. Again, why is a strange man playing with the equipment? Why is this allowed? This isn't really happening. This is all a figment of his imagination. It might be. Breakthroughs in experimental surgery. It is widely acknowledged that Dr. Hamill was the architect of many novel medical procedures. As he championed technological advancements for treating his patients. A noteworthy example of this was the development of new automated machine that can extract brain tissue samples quickly and without incisions. According to the studies conducted by Hamill Mental Institute, many patients suffer from serious mental illnesses that are caused by brain tumors and should be treated with surgery. By a large and unexpected caseload of that, Dr. Hamill felt the need to devise a system which facilitated the tumor detection process more efficiently than previous methods. In Hamill's time, the most widely used process for obtaining samples of brain tissue typically required a great deal of time and required 3 or 4 surgeons per patient to perform the craniometry and extract the tissue. Precious time was also needed to seal the large incision in the cranium. To expedite the procedure, Dr. Hamill devised a stereotactic transorbital brain biopsy equipment, a wondrous machine capable of extracting a brain tissue sample through the eye socket, thus avoiding the need for craniometry altogether. A doctor could simply input the coordinates of the tumor's suspected location, and the strab could complete a complex stereotactic procedure using a sample extraction needle attached to a movable arc. This queer invention led to controversy. Some scientists and surgeons believed that using such a machine would increase the possibility of a brain hemorrhage, as its accuracy was questionable. Dr. Hamill dismissed these opinions as uninformed, stating that the target mechanism of his machine was based in the most detailed brain atlas of all time, that the strab was manufactured by the most trusted and reputable professionals. No. You don't get to put a needle in my orbital socket. Thank you. Looked like a machine for electroshock treatment. Such savage methods of treating patients. A sedative? Sticky label with the word sedative was in front of this bottle. Okay, take it. Label statements on a fluid, rendering them unreadable. Labels were stained. Okay, whatever, I get it. Destroyed. No more radiographs could be placed here. Drawers in this room seem to have been emptied a long time ago. The medical appliance bore marks of someone enduring pain. Oh, that's the thing you put in your mouth when you get electroshock. This lamp was barely held by one of its wires, seeming like it could fall apart at any minute. Okay. Ooh! The hydrotherapy room. More bathtubs in the same gross condition. Didn't work, but the room was disgusting enough even without the light. I hope none of those tiles would fall on my head. Luckily there's nothing in this bathtub. Okay. A foul stench emanated from this bathtub. I didn't want to come closer. Yeah, that's because it's got stagnant water. You don't want to touch that. Contents of this bathtub were filthy and revolting. It seemed that the pipes here had busted. Shocker! Yeah, it is sand and dirt for some reason. Pressure. A spigot, likely meant for attaching something to it. Okay, I don't have anything. There was nothing of use on the table. Seemed to be some kind of control panel, possibly meant to adjust the temperature of the water. Insurance companies pays out a third. This week is coming to an end, so let me remind you there's noteworthy updates. Loaded with vast selection of top box. If you apply the reality check to the paragraph before, I'm basically saying that Daniel was very kind. Just passing by. This most eclectic you'll read today. Judge to decide on case next month. Finally, there's a lengthy ongoing interview at the Great Sherman site. Can you dig it? Been interviewed by, and they must have given me some strange beverages because I spilled the beans about a very secretive new. Okay, Shore Gazette. Mistreatment of patients at renowned hospital. Several nurses who prefer to remain anonymous have filed further complaints about the egregious abuse of patients by authorities at Hanwell Mental Institute. I don't know when this game takes place. I could not tell you. This has led to a tense atmosphere of quarreling and accusations among employees inside a once respectable institution. Law enforcement officials, surprised at the situation, spent several hours yesterday evening searching the mental hospital. While no evidence of wrongdoing was found, they provided details during a press conference about the rapidly decaying state of the building and expressed concerns for the safety of patients. Injuries exhibited by the allegedly mistreated patients could not be attributed to a particular source. Wounds range from severe bruises and cuts to violent fractures, and in the worst case, searing burn marks. Family members of the patients employed demanded a more severe intervention by state authorities. Dr. Hanwell, whose disinterest in discussing these grave allegations with the media borders on offensive, did not respond to our inquiries, tarnishing his public image beyond repair. Yeah, I still don't know when this game's supposed to take place. I want to say 80s. I'm probably wrong. 70s, 80s. I don't know. Probably wrong though. Fortunately, the door wouldn't budge. Doors seem locked from the other side. No way to proceed. Ooh. Okay. The window was tightly shut and wouldn't open. Such a pity, the window wouldn't allow me to see anything outside. A lonely wheelchair was conveniently positioned in the middle of the corridor, as if some kind of twisted joke. Hey, it's the cover of the game. This building would be gorgeous, probably renovate. Yeah, exactly. Some oxygen tanks randomly positioned in the corridor. Wait, hold on. Okay, not. Okay, I'm about to say, where am I? Okay. So I'm here. Can't go that way. Right? Come out here. Can't go that way. We can go this way. Okay. Yes, that leads to the thing. And there's something that wasn't on the map there. Which can't be done in 10 days. Maybe 10 years. Exactly. A section from the roof below was visible from this spot. The whole fascinating structure of the building could be appreciated from this spot. Okay, yeah, so I'm in here. So this had a little thing that's not on the map. Interesting. Oh. What an astonishing view. Even during the gloomy night, the sky looked as if it was hand-painted. Oh. Whoa, no, what are you doing? Long rusted pipe decorated this aged wall in a haunting manner. Get back over there. Get back in here. It was difficult to see anything outside with all the dust. I know, right? Oh. Go back. Let's not piss Julia off, shall we? We're Silent 2. Electric Boogaloo. Exactly. Oh, beautiful. Those windows have one of the best views of the Institute. Several pipes adorn the wall in a somewhat grotesque way. Well, the hospital has been abandoned for a while too, so I have no clue. Because this dude says he was a patient, but he's not anymore, and it's been abandoned for years. So, where am I? Okay, so this is the other side of that top piece. Okay. Okay, so this is another window that could have used some cleaning. There should be a bathroom, right? The door seemed locked from the other side. No way to proceed. Okay, that's fair. Broken down wheelchair. At present, just more macabre institute decor. It was foggy night outside. It was firmly locked. Firmly grasp it. Can I? Nope. Okay. I don't know. We don't sound old, but we don't sound like... We sound maybe 30s, no, maybe 40s, 50s? So I can't go over there. I can't go that way. So I guess we go back? Oh, nothing happened in the 50s. I'm saying that I think we sound like maybe we're 40 or 50. Dionysus was saying she's trying to figure out what year this is taking place in, because of the tools. But it's also this hospital has been abandoned for many years, so. I know, right? Well, I mean, he said earlier that the phone she was using was older. So there's no computers, which granted this hospital has been abandoned, so. Seemed to be Lenny's cart. Perhaps he was getting ready to clean the topmost floor. Okay. Wait, where is he supposed to be at midnight? He's in the corridors at midnight. Okay. No cell phones. Yeah. Empty glass slide, the kind that was used for placing blood. Okay. According to the record in the rehab section, Bertrand's cellmate was someone called Hodgson. They passed away under tragic circumstances. Okay. Okay. She... Didn't need to move anything at present. Okay, well... Nothing these numbers meant to me at present. Okay! So, I know that I don't know what he's in. Oh, wait, did I miss this? According to this book, Hodgson's remains were right here in the morgue. Yeah, but a nice flat. Was it a wet? Yeah, that's the problem. Okay. Mary Shelley. John Ferris, Arthur, Carol Webster. I'm seeing the other fun names. Bram Stoker. Okay. So wait, Hodgson is E103, which is the last one. Okay. It might be. It looked like she was wearing a pantsuit. So maybe it's the 70s? With a bit of effort, I managed to hook up the body bag. Oh, okay. Didn't need to move anything at present. Button was stuck. Okay. Oh, there we go. The body was too heavy to move by hand. Surely there was a better way. Okay, I get it, I get it, I get it. How long did this dude die? I'd have to gather strength and open this bag. Okay. His pallid face and eyes wide open evoked a sense of terror and despair. Hawkins seemed to have died under despicable circumstances. Oh, I don't like any of this. Man's gonna move. Man's gonna move. I feel it. I feel it in my bones. How do you know how to do this? Man's gonna move. Man is going to move. Ooh. Where are your gloves? How did you? Oh, I'm not even gonna get into. Knew it. I was expecting him to wake up once again in another terrifying vision. I needed to get away from this morgue. You're not gonna zip him up or anything? Ugh, due to my being on edge, the wind-up key had fallen in the drain. Where does the drain go? That way. It goes that way. I guess we're just gonna leave the body. Okay. Where does it go outside? Doesn't go in here, right? The body doesn't exist. You're not wrong. She's gonna yell at me. Let's see. Dang, I can't tell what she's wearing. So, 70s? Maybe? said they would restore its... Okay, blah, 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 blah. Where would it go? Shed appeared to be locked. Okay. Where would the... Okay, hold on. Maybe he says it. According to the patient next to him could stand in the mirror. Okay, blah, blah, blah. How can I recover this iron? This person was to understand the nature of my visions. I was ready to retrieve a small key that might have been still lodged inside someone else's intestines. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Box, Bertrand, strange way prompting him to draw a weird doodle. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. I can't remember the name of the movie, but I once saw a horror film where everything that happened was revealed to be the brain processing its own lobotomy. That's all I remember about the movie. Not saying it was accurate, but I had the same reaction when I do when I find out a plot was all a dream. Yeah. Can't go this way, right? Yeah, okay. I'm call with the store led. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Where would that even go? Not in there. Nope, that's the therapy room. Okay. Okay, so it's not there. So it's gotta be upstairs. Yeah, it was all a dream. It's like a terrible plot device. But the crux of the story, like Total Recall. It doesn't matter that it was all an implanted memory. It's not down here, right? There's no reason... Was there a drain down here? Padlock was rusted. It would be able to unlock it. Okay, that's not here. Echoes of distant flowing water came from downstairs. The lock clicked with a somewhat pleasant sound as I turned the key, which echoed throughout the corridors and the gloomy area downstairs. The fetid smell made me lose my balance as I prowled in the sewers. For a moment, I thought about running away and leaving this godforsaken place behind me. Oh, why does there have to be sewers? Oh my god. Oh. More of that again. I don't have anything for that. Right? Nope. Okay. Thick chains prevented me from going that route. Oh. This tube seemed to indicate the water level left of what I assume was a septic tank. Okay, hold on. What's this? The gate at the end of the sewer seemed to open only under certain conditions, possibly related to water pressure. Oh, okay. I took the valve with me. So we gotta get the water pressure down. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I like Sucker Punch. I like Total Recall too. I'm assuming that's all I have to do. I'm gonna double check, obviously. Okay. Greenhouse, balcony. Okay, cool. Okay. That's not the greenhouse. Right. Yeah. Okay. I need to go upstairs. Okay. Need to go to hydrotherapy. Okay. Solarium is right across from the moor. I think that's what they meant by greenhouse. No? Maybe not. Okay, maybe I'm crazy. No. Okay, not here. Don't remember a greenhouse. Maybe they meant outside? Cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers. Wow! Yeah, Dionysus, I don't know if you, you know, and not that it matters for your conversation, but, that is my sister you're talking to there, so, she taught me a lot of the stuff, she showed me a lot of the movies and stuff that we're talking about and everything. She taught me a lot of that stuff. Gallery, okay, wait. Is it greenhouse? Is it over here? Yeah, I guess I can't get in here. Okay. I don't know where the greenhouse would be. No, I'm just saying that, all the stuff you're talking about, she showed me all this too, so the reason why I'm so cool is also because of her. And Tremors is literally one of my favorite series of all time. Of all time. No, where there'd be a greenhouse. Even down here? We do love ourselves some Kevin Bacon. That's just a sewers. Can't go there. I know, look. Oh, sorry. This is the wrong one. Greenhouse. Where the frick is the greenhouse? Okay. Greenhouse. Where? Not here, right? No, not here. It's not here. Well, we'll go through each level. Kevin Bacon is a horror icon, I guess. Kevin Bacon's wonderful. What is it? Because I know, because a friend of mine, has acted in a few different movies. I'm like, not that far degrees away from Kevin Bacon. I can't remember how we did it one day, but we talked about it, and somehow I want to say like 3 or 4 steps away from Kevin Bacon or something like that. It's really funny. Where in the poop is a greenhouse? Shed. Game room. Passage. Laundry. Pantry. Cafeteria. Too disturbed and how to think of straight, but I knew that something of cardinal significance was down in the sewers. Okay, yeah, I get that. Dirty valve that could be attached to a spigot or similar. Okay, I get that. Okay. Hold on, I just want to make sure. I'm not missing something random. Okay, maybe I don't get to go to the greenhouse yet. Sorry, I didn't want to look up a guide. I just wanted to see if it gave me a location to the greenhouse, and it gave me a different time slot. So maybe I'm not supposed to go up there yet. Okay, so... Okay, so... Tasks. Where do I pass? Strange machine. No, strange machine on the second floor. Almost contraption was the main feature of the surgery room upstairs. Something about it seemed wicked. Not meant to be, or not meant to be used by human beings. Okay. So maybe we... I went down one rabbit hole, and now I feel like I'm being, punished for it. So, I guess we just go back upstairs. So maybe we do this again? Use just care. Okay. Was written on this label. Okay. Yep. Through marriage, we are related to Jason Alexander. There was no need to grab these feeble tweezers. What was I gonna do with them? Okay. Was it... Okay, whatever. Seemed like a convenient spot for placing a glass slide to pick up samples. Okay, so... Oh, maybe I'm supposed to use the... Okay. Need anywhere else? I left the tweezers in the exhibit. Okay, that's fine. Okay. So do I not know... She doesn't have a 7B, but that's not any of those numbers, right? I love wandering into derelict hospitals and play with strange chemicals at midnight. More people should do this. Yeah, exactly. What was 102A? See, that's not even on here. Oh, 102. Okay. Okay, game needs to stop shaming me. No? Okay. Okay, wait. I took the tweezers with care. See, it says journal updated, but it won't tell me. You don't need to grab these people tweezers at present. What was I going to do with them? Okay. Sarcotine acid. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Okay. I can't click on anything. Okay. I am in the confusion. Do we need to get anything else from him in the park? Or we just left his body out, just chilling. Was expecting him to wake up. Okay, blah, 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 blah. I get it. Okay, nothing. Okay. Man needs to wash your hands. You were digging in a corpse. The corpse is the roommate of the dude with the French name. He died after swallowing the music box thing. And they were gonna operate on him, but then like he died, which is not like the best way of describing things, but yeah. Let's go back to the laboratory. The guy knows right. Plays nuclear materials in a shed. The guy was not neurodivergent. He was trying to be malicious, but he a bit careless. Passed for chemistry. Had a rough life after he got caught. It's a real shame. For the most part, he seemed like a nice guy and was very bright. Thankfully, no one was hurt.
Dr. Miller?
What is it this...
Just one. Have you seen a strange contraption in a surgery room?
That strange contraption is Walter's most remarkable creation.
What's it for?
Seriously? We have a gigantic library and ample documentation on the history of Hanwell Institute. Go see for yourself.
There's one more.
Please, enough chatter. I have work to do.
Are you familiar with this type of glass slide?
Is this a joke?
I'll be on my way.
Dang. Okay. So we go back through here. Wouldn't open. That's Lenny. We don't need to look at Lenny's stuff. Okay. Wouldn't open. don't need to grab anything in here. Okay. You can wash your hands, though. Whatever. Is there anything I can do here? Wasn't in my plans to spend any more time near the twisted control. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Is there anything else? I don't have anything on the sink, so I shouldn't even be looking at it. You think this place has soap? You know what? You right. You right. Can't go that way. There's nothing there. Okay, I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything on this. Sorry. Oh. Just checking something. Because I have messages. Feel like, sorry, had messages. I was just making sure it wasn't important. Okay, back I say. Supposed to be careful to describe. I remember at X-ray school, if you use film for your images, the protocol, proper disposal, and everything, like for the chemicals and stuff. Thankfully, everything works with digital. Oh yeah, for sure. I feel like we need to do something in here. I don't know what. No, wait. Not here. Aw, thank you, Dionysus. You're such a wonderful person. Former USS territories have a bunch of abandoned radio isotope thermoelectric generators from remote areas. There was an incident, I want to say in Georgia, where a group found one and decided to keep it, so to sleep near it because it was warm. Oh no, that's terrible. Can we read that? This doesn't do anything, right? We don't need that. I need that. Apparently, the bottle contained a liquid that was tranquilizer. Labels were stained with some kind of fluid. Wait. I have a syringe. Can I get... Oh my god. I didn't click on the top. Now I can go get the music box from the dude. I was like, why is there just a sedative? I remember the sedative bottle. And I was like, why is there just... It's fine. Listen, I'm sorry that I'm dumb sometimes. I apologize. I can't be expected to remember the things, I know. If only the ones here could figure out that babies don't sit for imaging, so you have to strap them down, but strapping them down always makes them more squirmy and screamy, so they need to set it at first. Aww! Poor babies! See, I was thinking that the syringe would be used for, like, something else. Ooh, that is a way to cut his arm, dude. Okay. Iris patient was sedated, so gatherers were to carefully trespass into his realm. Finally, this was indeed the music box for my vision in Bertrand's cell. I almost felt sorry for this man. I don't. Goodbye! Yeah, he absolutely could be injured by that guy. I don't get why. Anyway, it's fine. Whatever. He was needed to wind up the music box and I listened to its nursery rhyme. Okay. Is he bleeding? Okay. Yeah, this place is not safe for patients. Not at all. Bertrand didn't seem interested in this item. Okay. Music box that had triggered the reaction for Bertrand like some kind of chapter in his memory. Okay. But it needs a key. I don't have one. Okay, I'll leave that there. For you. I set it here to the switch, rendering it unusable. Oh, wait, I didn't look up there. There were a few clothes piled up on the shelf and they all looked equally drab. Why would you put this man back in this? This is not a Anyway, it's fine. Man will get tetanus just from, like, looking out the window. Can I go? Can I go all the way up yet? No, still can't go up yet. Okay. Okay, blah, 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 blah. I guess I could give him the crown, but like... I know that you can... Wouldn't there used to be a thing where you, they put babies in like this... It's like a tube or something so that they can like x-ray them and it makes them look all squished. Sorry. Once again, just checking message. Anyway. But yeah, there used to be a thing where you could put babies in it. And they were like a tube and they'd squish. Okay. Not there. Nothing in here, right? Although, oh wait! There's a window key for the music box that I couldn't reach it from this spot. Okay, can I? There wasn't water earlier. Water seemed clean. Okay. I damn this guy's realized the water had carried the wind-up key through the pipe. Where could it go? Reason there was no water. Okay. I think with infants, I never worked with them to my knowledge is many years old, take it with a grain of salt. It's protocol to have the parent assist the imaging and like shield the parent, have the whole child plays. Maybe for infants and small children and toddlers, I think this is true for most cases, but I almost never worked with kids, definitely not with infants and toddlers. Yeah, they're still squaring, they can't move. I find it cruel, should just date them. If you're a device that raises their arms up to the image properly, they should be the one that helps them stand. Because you can't move doesn't mean you don't try. Made a lot of things to do in medical stuff with babies that is cruel. I mean, they thought babies under 18 months couldn't feel pain until the 1980s. And some docs held on to the belief. These are the surgery on babies without anesthesia to strap them down. Good lord! God. I'm so glad that, you know, medicine does improve over time, but like, ooh, okay. There are some things we did. Okay, can't go in there. There's nothing in the rehabilitation room, right? Yeah, nothing in here. I feel like it's all, like, in the same area, because we can't go anywhere. So nothing in the psychiatry room. We went in there. That's where the machine is. Can't go there. This is hydrotherapy again. More bathtub, same gross condition. Luckily, there wasn't anything there. Okay, nothing there. Okay, there's nothing. Nothing that way. That goes that way. Okay, so not here. Okay. Nothing here. I was trying to remember where everything is. Okay, so we go back this way. Oh yeah, I think a lot of doctors are way better now. They didn't used to be, but yeah, a lot of doctors are way, way better now. We already went in here. Yeah, okay, go back. Nothing in there. Nothing here. Okay. This is the morgue, right? Yeah, okay. Nothing here. Museum, nothing in there. That's a doc's place. Okay. Alright. No way to go in. It's better to move on. Nothing in here. That's got nothing in there. This is sinks. Wait. Hey, it's wet now! Hey, is the... Finally, the key from the music box was back in my possession. Oh my god, all of that! All of that. For nonsense! Oh, I need to give him the crown. To do something when I played the music box. Yes, okay, I get it. Here's a crown for you, my friend. Okay. Bertrand had drawn a strange pattern on the floor. I felt like I had seen it before, and while it was a simple drawing, it overwhelmed me with a sense of dread and despair. Okay. Bertrand? Bertrand returned to his eternal trance like nothing had ever happened. Okay. Drawn a strange pattern, blah blah blah. Okay. What was the reason behind the strange symbol Bertrand had drawn on the floor? Where had he seen something like that? Okay. Oh, hey!
Psst. Hey.
Lenny!
Lenny, what are you doing here?
I was cleaning the showers, and I heard something. What were you doing inside that cell?
I saw something very strange. I can't explain it yet. However, a picture is beginning to form in my head, but there's still a lot I don't understand.
Maybe I can help you.
You can? Please tell me how, Lenny. I'm growing more and more desperate by the minute.
I have a key. I took it a long time ago, before they released us from the Institute, around the time of the event.
A key for what?
Can I trust you?
Of course you can, Lenny.
Of course, Lenny.
And I trust you as well.
All right. This is the key to Dr. Hawthorne's office. He knew things. There was chaos all around, and nobody saw me when I took the key and locked his office.
Dr. Hawthorne? Of course. Ebis Baker mentioned him in one of her recordings. He was quite close to the head director, right?
Yes. He kept secrets inside his office. You should look inside.
Thanks, Lenny. This is hugely helpful indeed.
Oh, one more thing. I was never able to enter the head director's office. None of the keys I took while cleaning worked. I think Hawthorne kept that key with him.
So Hawthorne's office may lead me to Hanwell's office? Interesting. Well, here we go.
Here's the key. And good luck.
Okay, well, we're gonna save. Okay, I think... Well, let's get away from the crying man. Well, let's get further away from the crying man. Okay. I think, honestly, that is a perfect place to end this episode. I'm going to end this recording for YouTube. So thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with me today. I very much appreciate it. If you're watching this on YouTube, which I hopefully you will be once I put it up, don't forget to hit the likey and subscribey buttons. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much, you guys, for spending time with me. Bye, everybody.